CanCOVID is an open science collective dedicated to rapidly mobilizing and sharing knowledge to help inform Canada's COVID-19 response. To learn more about us or how to join our community, you can visit our website at cancovid.ca.
Welcome everyone to our new global COVID-19 trackers page here on the CanCOVID website. Today we'll be going through some of the functionalities and different dashboards that we have on this page that have been sourced from Our World in Data. This page is very similar to our COVID-19 trackers page, which is looking at solely Canadian data that's coming from provincial and national health authorities. But here we're looking at global data all across the world. So the page itself is set up very similarly, where we will have our tutorial video out here in front, as well as a quick page navigation and directory. And we'll start off with an overview of global data. And I really do like using this dashboard because it allows you to do many specific functionalities and really get the specific information that you're looking for. So right off the top, you're able to select the countries that you want to compare and want to analyze. So for instance, if this was our set of 5 countries, but we wanted to add based off of a specific organizing factor, so let's just say it was population or looking at a populations that have people over the age of 70, the tool itself will organize the selections that you already have, but it'll also look at selections that you have not selected and organize them for you, depending on how you want to view that data. So if we add in a couple more countries, Greece and Portugal here, they're put into the graph immediately. And now looking at the style of metric or what we actually want to be analyzing, there's many different things that you can choose from. So from confirmed case or data, reproduction rate, death data, as well as tests, vaccinations, ICU, really many metrics that you can go through, and based off of which metric you select, you'll also be able to adjust the interval and look at it relative to population. Now, I will mention that there are some metrics that do not show up for specific countries, as the data has not been reported or been imported into the dashboards yet. You're able to toggle through linear and logarithmically on the chart view, as well as adjust the timeline on the bottom. So if you just wanted to view from the beginning, you could do that, start in January 28th, 2020, and move all the way to November 8th, which is the day that we are recording this. But you can also manipulate that specific time frame as well if you wanted to look at the data over a specific time period, and then again allow it to play and continue onward from there if you wanted to. Now, another reason why I really like these dashboards is because on most of them you're actually able to toggle between the visualization you're looking at. So here we're looking at confirmed cases, but what we can do is have a global map view where we can actually hop from continent to continent and look at the countries within each one, and do this as the timeline moves concurrently. So if we go back to the global view, we sort of see how that's working. And all tables, or excuse me, all visualizations have a table toggle as well, where you can download all the data and view it in rows and charts if that's or rows and columns if that's your preference. So sources are provided, and the ability to download, share, and view in full screen is as well. So moving into our tracking vaccinations globally, I do want to mention about this section that here we are looking at we're looking at data that is updated daily for the top 2 graphs, but on the bottom 2 graphs, we'll be looking at data that is updated every month. And for some of the graphs, they don't have Canadian data, but you can always get this from our Canadian tracking vaccinations and testing data section on our COVID-19 trackers page, and you just need to click here. So on this graph, we'll be looking at share of people partially vaccinated against COVID-19 by age. So we can choose the country here on the top left. So from Belgium, let's just go to Austria, and it'll show you the breakdown by the specific age group, and you can play this over time. As you can see, sometimes the timelines are done segmentedly just because of how data is reported. The table, well, I guess there would be none there, but you can have data in the table section as well, and then obviously download that. And here on the right, we're looking at COVID-19 vaccine doses administered by country income group. So starting off in December 1st, 2020, we see how that graph moves over time. And once again, we have the ability to adjust the timeline on the bottom and go through the table section as well. These are two really interesting visualizations that we have. So these are the ones that are updated monthly. We're looking at willingness to get vaccinated here against COVID-19, and you can select the country. So right now we have Canada selected, but again, you can go through the list. So this is actually one of the visualizations in this section that does have Canada or Canadian data. And as you can see, the difference over time of how perceptions of the vaccine have changed. That data is also available within the table section as well. And then finally, here we're looking at COVID-19 vaccine doses administered by manufacturer. You can look at the data relative to population or absolute figures and change the country as well. And you'll see obviously different vaccines in different regions of the world. Finally, that takes us to our tracking testing globally section. And as you can imagine, this is where we look at COVID-19 tests across the world. So on our chart view, we can do a comparative analysis similarly to what we were looking at before. We can look at that in a global view where we can zoom into specific continents and regions of the world. And then also, as usual, get that in rows and columns. And then this is a very similar feature on the right here, but we're looking at COVID-19 tests that have come back as positive with, again, the functionality to look at it linearly or logarithmically, add countries, compare countries, and get the map and table views as well. So with that being said, I'm really encouraged by all these new tools that we've been able to add to our website. And as usual, we're looking to add more. Please feel free to reach out to the CanCOVID team at admin@cancovid.ca to give your feedback on the page. If you have any questions on how you can use these tools, or if you have any feedback on what we could add to this page or our website to make it more impactful for you guys. Have a great day.